Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining in. Today is 22nd of June and Wednesday afternoon, and we are back on the watch list by Magenta Trade. Thanks a lot once again, and good afternoon. At Magenta Trade, we teach you how to grow your portfolio using option trading strategies. We explain in simple terms how you can participate in the world leading companies with a fraction of the amount that you need as normal investment. In the vast ocean of stock market, there are plenty of opportunities to gain from the movement of share prices every day. However, market is unpredictable, volatile, and sometimes complex to understand. In order to be successful, you need a disciplined, rule-based approach developed over a long period of experience in the market and focused on building a long-term portfolio to protect your hard-earned money. With that introduction, let's get started with what's happening in today's market. But first, let's have a quick look at our disclosures. And let me share my screen quickly. Hopefully you can see my screen. And here we go. All our discussions at Magenta Trade are solely for educational and information purposes. We are not investment advisors, and you should consult a financial advisor before making any investments. Options trading involve exceptional gains, but at the same time, they pose inherent risks. Past results are no guarantee of future gains. We are not finance professionals, and we are not aware of your personal financial circumstances. For more discussions, you can visit our website, www.magentatrade.com. Quickly, a few words about me. I have been actively trading for more than 15 years now. I've turned my personal trading experience and passion into professional coaching. And recently, we have formed this company, Magenta Trade, to share with you my strategies of success in trading using simple terms and techniques. My favorite areas of coaching are trade management and money management, and I have experienced immense potential of trading options based on stocks and ETFs, and I help you understand how they might help you build a steady and reliable retirement income stream. As a coach, I focus on daily routine, follow simple rule-based strategy, use simple tools to enter and exit the trades, and manage your positions 15 to 20 minutes every day. Okay, so let's see what are some of the earnings report we have got today. We have already posted them in the social media, and hopefully you are following them there. But let's have a quick look. Acasti Pharma Incorporated, they announced their fourth quarter earnings with March 2022, with a loss of 4 cents per share on revenue. Well, it's in the negative, I guess. Okay. Sorry, the earnings of 49 cents per share, and the estimated earnings was loss of 13 cents per share. So based on that, it has performed better than the expectation. The stock is down by 3% today. Research and development expenses, net of government assistance for the 12 months ended 31st March 2022 totaled $5.6 million compared to $4.2 million for the 12 months ended 31st of March 2021. General and administrative expenses for the year ended 31st March 2022 were $9.3 million compared to $5.5 million for the year ended 31st March 2021. Acasti Pharma is a biotechnology company engaged in research, development, and commercialization of new krill oil-based forms of omega-3 phospholipid therapies for the treatment and prevention of cardiometabolic disorders. Okay, the company also said the new clinical trial dates for the second half of 2022, GTX 104 initiate phase 3 safety trial, GTX 102 initial PK bridging study, and GTX 101 initiate single dose and multiple ascending dose PK studies. The company ended the year 31st March 2022 with $43.7 million in cash equivalents, and short-term investments. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Corn Ferry, they announced their fourth quarter earnings of $1.75 per share on revenue of $727 million. The expected earnings was $1.57 per share on revenue of $680.7 million. Revenue grew 30% year on year, and the stock is currently up by 5.37%. Let me switch off my video so that you can watch properly. The company said they expect the first quarter earnings of $1.42 to $1.58 per share on revenue of $680 billion to $710 billion. The expected earnings was $1.42 per share on revenue of $655 million, $55.98 million for the quarter ending 31st of July 2022. Corn Ferry International provides talent management solutions that help clients to attract, develop, and retain and sustain their talent. Okay, let's have a look quickly. The revenue of full year FY 2022 fee revenue of $2.626 billion. That is all-time high for the company. And even the quarter four FY 2022 revenue of $721.1 million is also record high. Net income attributable to Corn Ferry for the fourth quarter and full year FY 2022 was $91.7 million and $326.4 million, respectively. Okay. During this year, the company repurchased 1,035,000 shares of stock during the quarter for $67.2 million, bringing full year share repurchases of 1,471,000 for $98.8 million. Okay. Further, the board authorized an incremental $300 million for future share repurchases. Okay. Regarding future earnings, regarding the announcement today, the CEO of Corn Ferry, Gary D. Bernison, said, I'm extremely pleased with our financial results during the fiscal fourth quarter as Corn Ferry once again achieved new highs. We generated $721 million in fee revenue, up 30% year on year. Our diluted earnings per share and adjusted diluted earnings per share, $1.70 and $1.75 respectively, were new highs, and our adjusted EBITDA margin of 20% represents our sixth consecutive quarter at 20% or greater. So that's Corn Ferry, and let's quickly move on to another one. Winnebago Industries, WGO, reported their third quarter May 2022 earnings of $4.13 per share on revenue of $1.5 billion. The expected earnings was $3.01 per share on a revenue of $1.2 billion. Revenue grew 51.8% year on year. The stock is currently up by more than 6.5%. Winnebago Industries manufactures recreational vehicles. Its products include OEM parts, extruded aluminum, and component products for manufacturers and commercial vehicles. Revenues for the fiscal 2022 third quarter ended May 28, 2022, were a record of $1.5 billion, and gross profit margin increased 100 basis points in the quarter to 18.7%. Diluted earning per share $3.57. Adjusted earnings per share $4.13, up 84% year on year. RV retail market share gains continues 13.2%, 70 basis points increase during this fiscal year. Record share purchases of $70 million in the third quarter. $148 million in cash returned to shareholders through third quarter fiscal year year to date. Okay. Revenues for the marine segment were $126.5 million for the third quarter. Okay. So let's move on to what's happening live in the market now. Quickly. S&P 500 is up once again, 24 points today. Yesterday it was up significantly by almost 2%, and today it is up by another 0.62%. So that is now a continuous growth of for the last couple of days. As you can see, probably it is trying to catch up with the previous levels. So this level of low of 3636, so that is somewhere maybe it has bottomed out for the time being. 3636 is the low, and it was short of this previous support, like this level of 3586 that we had earlier. But let's see, hopefully it will continue this journey. In terms of Bollinger Band, as you can see, this is the weekly one. Let's have the daily one. In terms of daily Bollinger Band, let's increase a little bit. Right. So S&P 500. So as you can see, this is the, you can say, second day of our continuous growth. This is the Friday one, which more or less was stabilized there. And for the last 2 days, it has started increasing. So it is trying to catch up to this middle line. That's what we discussed yesterday as well. It started from on Friday. It was at the lower band, and yesterday and today it went up there. Monday was market holiday, and more or less it's a similar pattern in Nasdaq as well, up by 64 points, more than half a percentage points, and Dow is up by another 125 points on back of yesterday's gain of more than 700 points. In terms of other news, Fed is strongly committed on inflation. Powell said, let's see some of the other details there. Jeremy Powell was addressing the Congress today, and he said that Fed is strongly committed on inflation. Recession is a possibility. That means higher interest rate will continue until compelling evidence emerges that inflation is coming down. He said, at the Fed, we understand the hardship high inflation is causing. We are strongly committed to bringing the inflation back down, and we are moving expeditiously to do so. We have both tools we need, and the resolve it will take to restore price stability on behalf of American families and businesses. Okay, let's move on to some of the other news items. Let's say Nike. Nike shares are down by 2.8% today after Seaport downgraded the stock to neutral from buy. The Wall Street firm said Nike faces rising inflation and supply chain disruptions. Okay. LZB, right. Lazy Boy, LZB. The stock is up by almost 9% today, and on the back of its fiscal fourth quarter results announced yesterday. Let's have a quick look. They announced their fourth quarter April 2022 earnings of $1.07 per share on revenue of $684.6 million. The expectation was 93 cents per share on revenue of $664 million. Revenue grew 31.8% year-on-year basis. And the company said it expects first quarter revenue of $560 million to $575 million, and the expectation was $558.58 million for the quarter ending 31st of July 2022. So Lazy Boy is up by almost 9% today on that those earning numbers. The company CEO said in a release that Lazy Boy expected demand to be volatile for the foreseeable future. Okay. Altria Group. Altria Group is down by almost 10% now, 9.15%, after the Wall Street Journal reported that FDA is preparing to order Juul Labs to take its e-cigarettes off the US market. So that's an announcement by the Food and Drug Administration. The Biden administration also plans to propose a rule to establish a maximum nicotine level in cigarettes. So that's Altria Group. Stock is down by 9.23% now. Coinbase. Coinbase is down by 7.7% after rival crypto exchange Binance said it's dropping spot Bitcoin trading fees for customers. Coinbase historically has relied heavily on trading volumes for revenues, but in recent months has been looking to diversify its revenue streams. Revlon, the company that announced the bankruptcy, last week, and it has surged more than 40% now, or 40.92% today. You can see it went to the bottom of low of $1.08. From there, the share has surged to $8.58 today. That's amazing. Yesterday it went up by 62%, and now it's up by 42%. So it is almost 8%, 800% in last few days. I'm not sure where it will end up in, but that's what it is. Maybe there is a buyer of the share. Airbnb. has been downgraded. JMP Securities downgraded the stock to market perform from market outperform. The analyst said the post-pandemic jump in travel demand is already reflected in Airbnb's valuation. Okay. Let's see if there are any other major news in the market as of now. There are not many other news as such. Let's go back to how the market is performing. Gold is up by 0.25%. Silver is down by 1.2%, and oil is up by oil is down by 3.46%, $105. The VIX volatility index is down once again by almost 4%, and dollar index is down by 0.26% today. Advanced auto parts is up by 2.1%. Back to back 3 days of growth there. Apple is up by 0.37% at $136. And more or less, most of the stocks are within that range of growth, 0.5% to 3%. Here, Applovin is up by 3.4% there. And in the financial stock, Bank of America is down by 0.1%. Activision is also down by 0.36%. Bumble is down by 0.84%. Berkshire is also down today. Chewy is once again up by 4.46%. And Salesforce is up by 1.2%. DHI is up by 5.5%. And DocuSign is up by 5.5% as well. Well, some of these stocks have performed really well today. Good RX is up by 5.9%. Palantir is up by 4.25%. That's amazing. Teladoc is up by 6.25%. And whereas Workday is down by almost 0.8% today. This is Wells Fargo. Is down by 0.3%. And Microsoft is marginally up. Unity Software is up by 6.4%. Eli Lilly is up by 3.25%. So there is more or less predictable pattern. There's a news on this. Avio Pharmaceuticals, Eli Lilly partner in clinical trial to assess potential treatment in patients with head and neck cancer. Okay, so that's about it for the time being. We're not doing any trade today other than probably the SPX trade that we will initiate probably later today. But at this moment, we are not entering into any trade. We just probably have to watch the market a little bit in case, let's see, if at all there is an opportunity there in terms of some of these stocks like, Apple and Salesforce. Let me quickly have a look. Let me jump into this trading platform. And let's see. So Unity Software. Well, we normally don't get much credit over there. So I'm not very sure of that. And last year, 2021 and 2020, we took a number of positions in Unity Software and it worked out well for us. But this year, obviously, since it fell to drastically low levels, we are not able to get the adequate margins there or credits there. So let's see, some of our positions are still in red in that sense. Salesforce 170, 165, AMD 80, 75. They have all gained today and yesterday, I guess, as well. But some of them are still 170, 165 for Meta. So that's also in the negative, but I think they will recover pretty soon. Okay, so let's see in terms of what we can get. Let's go to the option chain. And let's have a look at some of our stocks. We already have a position in Apple ADI. Let's have a look. Bottom is at around 141 or maybe Accenture. I love that company. They have got earnings tomorrow, so I'm not getting into a trade there. Applied Materials, marginally down by from yesterday, 10 cents, but it has bottomed out at probably $87. So let's say Applied Materials, if we can get something. AM80. And let's quickly, right. So here the bottom was at $87. And if we find something like that, let's say 87.50 is 24 delta. So if we sell 87.50 and we buy 82.50, we can still get 92 cents credit. So that's quite good. 92 cents on a margin of $408. 87.50, 82.50, once again 87.50. So that was the bottom there. So we can consider that particular trade. Applied Materials 87.50, 82.50, expiring 15th of July. This is a bullish trade at this moment. Today is 22nd of June. Let me quickly check once again in terms of the stock is still below the 20 days moving average, 50 days moving average, and it is still in a bearish pattern. So in terms of, let's say with the Bollinger Band, let me check how it would look with a Bollinger Band. Yeah, probably it will go to up to these 102 levels, and then maybe it will come back. But at this moment, my problem is that still it is all a bearish market, and there is only short-term gain that we can see here. Overall, the market trend is still down. So I don't want to, take too much bullish trades. That is the S&P 500, and that trend is still continuing. Maybe just if we could continue with And in terms of applied materials as well, if we see, it is still bullish trend. Still bearish trend, I mean, sorry. Here it is. So that's obvious, right? So we can at the best expect it will go up to this level of 108 or something for the short run in the next few trading days. But still there is no sign that this bearish pattern has gone away. Maybe I'll look for something bearish there if at all. It's 110. So 910. Yeah, there is not much credit there on 110. Only in 105 we can get the adequate credit. Okay, so then I'll not enter into a trade. This is bearish pattern still in the market, and that's probably similar for all these companies. Let's say Amazon. What's happening in Amazon today? You must be wondering what has happened to the Amazon shares. Basically, there was a split. 1:20, as we can see, on 6th of June. Earlier, that share was around $2,000 or more than that. It was sometimes $3,000. Now it is back to only $109 due to that split. So it has been split by 20 times. So 1:20, sorry, not 20. Yeah. Now, okay, let's see, Citigroup. That is still down to a significantly. Warren Buffett took a position on Citigroup earlier this month, I think. Probably they took it in the last month there, but they reported this month. Okay. We'll probably wait for 1 or 2 days before we take other positions, because I'm still worried about that this negative trend is not yet over actually, and I don't want to get into positions just for a couple of days and to get back into that bearish phase. Okay, so I will refrain from taking any positions today. Thanks a lot for joining today, and we'll probably come back tomorrow and see if there are any positions we can take. Thanks a lot once again, and see you back tomorrow. Thank you.